Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how the police arrested Lakshmi for kidnapping Malishka, but Ayush comes there and tells everyone the truth of where Lakshmi went to and that Lakshmi did not kidnap Malishka, so Lakshmi was saved. So let's continue from there. Ayush thanks Lakshmi and says, I'm very lucky to get Rishi and you. Lakshmi says that she has broken her promise at a point because she told Shalu. Ayush says Shalu and says Shalu is mine. He then says Shalu is ours. She is in our team. He says that you have helped me and I will be indebted by your favor all my life. Lakshmi says don't do it again, else she cannot save him, and Ayush swears. Grandma comes there and says that she is thankful to God that they returned home. She appreciates Ayush for saving Lakshmi. Ayush says I am useless not to do the office work. Grandma scolds him and says if I say useless, that means useful. Ayush says I want to tell you something, but Grandma asks him to freshen up first. Ayush comes to his room. A song plays in the background. Ayush says that he will do the work and he will be serious in life. He says, when you are with me, I feel secure with you. He says, my childhood is double since sister-in-law came. He says, sorry, Lakshmi. A song plays in the background. Ayush hugs their photo frame and cries while a song continues to play. Neelam comes home and asks Mukesh to bring water. Mukesh brings water. Shalu comes there. Neelam looks at Shalu. She recalls throwing Shalu out of the house and she gets up to scold Shalu. Grandma says, I have caught Shalu here. Neelam goes. Grandma calls Shalu. Shalu asks, why did you say that? You will have argument with Neelam. Grandma says at one point they will unite. She apologized to Shalu and asked her to go and meet Lakshmi. Shalu says Lakshmi called and told her that Ayush got her freed. Kiran talks to Karishma on phone and tells her that make your son understand, else he will go against you one day. Balvinda comes there. Kiran says this lover again, you have come. Balvinda says yes, your daughter is kidnapped. He says good news is that Lakshmi is arrested, but Kiran says that Lakshmi did not get arrested because she was saved. Balvinda gets upset and tells Kiran that Malishka planned her own kidnapping. He says Malishka sent him to her to get money. Balvinda is upset that the kidnapping drama has gone to waste. Kiran says Ayush saved Lakshmi. She asks Balvinda to take him to Malishka, but Balvinda asks her to give him money first. Shalu comes to Lakshmi. Lakshmi says, I am sorry. Shalu says, I will fight with the world for you and says, thank God you are safe. Lakshmi says, Ayush said everything to the police and she asks Shalu if she understands that Ayush fight with everyone for her like Shalu used to do, and she asks Shalu to give food to Ayush and Shalu says okay and she goes to Ayush's room. Shalu comes to Ayush's room. She hugs Ayush. Ayush says, why so much hugging? Shalu says, I hug you for saving my sister and says you have saved your friend's sister. Ayush asks if this was a friend's hug. He asks, why is Shalu looking beautiful today? And they promote the EK brand. Ayush tells Shalu that Lakshmi saved him. Karishma calls Ayush. Shalu tells Ayush that Karishma is calling him. Ayush says she is calling him to react for his actions. Kiran asks Balvinda to take the bag and come. They leave. Karishma asks Ayush that who is she? Ayush says you are my mom. Karishma asks that how is he? Ayush says he is fine and says he only had a small accident. Karishma says to Ayush that why did you save Lakshmi? She had done a big crime. Ayush says she is Lakshmi. She cannot do this with anyone and says that even if Lakshmi kidnaps someone, then I would help her. Karishma asks, will you go against me for Lakshmi? Ayush says yes and Karishma goes away from there upset. Virendra's car is being repaired by the driver on the way. Virendra sees Kiran going and he doesn't see Balvinda. He asks the driver to be there and he goes. Kiran tells Balvinda that if the Obrays comes to know what Malishka did, then Malishka's life is over. Balvinda says nothing would happen. Virendra follows Kiran thinking that the kidnapper might have called her to come there. Balvinda asks Kiran to come to her daughter's den. He asks if she is mad. Virendra is coming there and he thinks that where did Kiran go? It is too dangerous and Kiran comes to Malishka and slaps her hard. Shalu thinks that she should have gone with Ayush and she thinks that what might be happening downstairs, everyone must be scolding him and she thinks of what to do. Lakshmi brings Ayush there and says you should not talk to her like that because she is your mother. Ayush asks if he is a spoilt brat. He says they know that I will support you. Then why did she ask such questions and she got hurt when I chose you? He says we are family members and what is wrong if one supports the other but they don't regard you as a family, which I don't like. Lakshmi tells Ayush that he should respect all elders. Ayush says I will respect you too. He says we don't have time. Shalu asks why. Lakshmi says the inspector asked me to bring proof before 10 p.m. tomorrow in order to prove my innocence. Shalu asks if there is any way. Lakshmi says she should find the real guilty person and make the way, and Ayush thinks to find out and help Lakshmi. At the office, Rishi thinks that his presentation was good and he thinks to talk to Lakshmi. Lakshmi asks Ayush and Shalu what to do. They ask Lakshmi to pick the call and tell Rishi. Lakshmi picks the call. Rishi says, I felt peace hearing from you. Lakshmi asks, how is the meeting? And Rishi says that the meeting was good. Rishi asks Lakshmi that what was the trouble. Lakshmi says that the problem was solved and says that she wants to tell him something. Rishi says Abe's call is coming and he ends Lakshmi's call. Abe ends the call and Rishi calls Lakshmi again. Lakshmi says she wants to tell Rishi something. Just then, an employee comes there and asks Rishi to come for another meeting. Rishi goes and Ayush tells Lakshmi that they should focus on proving her innocence. Grandma tells Karishma that she should be happy. Karishma says Ayush has done this with me. Grandma says Ayush knows relationship well. Karishma says I am his mom. Grandma asks why Ayush tell his problem to Lakshmi and not to you. Karishma says you always take Lakshmi's side. Grandma says I am your mother and I take the truth side. She asks Karishma to come to Lakshmi's side and see. Karishma says wow, what an advice, and Grandma says it is for your destiny. Kiran asks Malishka to shut up and she asks if anyone planned their own self-kidnapping. She asks, how can you be an idiot? Malishka says I am genius and smart. Kiran asks her to prove her wrong and says even I was convinced that Lakshmi has kidnapped you, but now I am wrong. Malishka says this was my genius plan and she asks if the police got the earrings and if Lakshmi got arrested. Kiran says to Malishka that Lakshmi did not get arrested because Ayush had an accident, so Lakshmi was with him in the hospital. Bhavinda says that the earring was a proof against Lakshmi. Kiran says who has stolen the earring? At home, Lakshmi also asks herself that who have stolen her earring and kept it in Malishka's room. Bhavinda tells Kiran that Malishka had brought the earring from Lakshmi's room when Sonia informed Malishka about Lakshmi's words that she will make Malishka vanished, and then Malishka pinned her hand and she splashed the blood in her room. Bhavinda says Malishka called him and then he brought Malishka here, and that was it. Kiran tells Malishka that Lakshmi will prove her innocence. She tells her that Rishi will search for the kidnapper with Lakshmi. Malishka laughs and says she will win this time and nobody can search for her. Kiran tells Malishka that the law will forgive her, but not Rishi. She says you were alone, you are alone, and you will be alone for your whole bloody life. Virendra finds the door of the den locked and he thinks to call the police after seeing the inside situation. Lakshmi asks Ayush if Malishka had any enemy. Ayush says no. Lakshmi says if Malishka is kidnapped for ransom, then the phone call would have come. Ayush says then Kiran would have taunt Lakshmi. Lakshmi says why has the ransom call not come yet? She says we don't have time. She says that she heard Malishka saying that she was going to a disco and she gets worried for Malishka and says that what if anything wrong had happened with Malishka. Lakshmi says to Ayush and Shalu that we should go and find Malishka. Ayush says Malishka always wants you to be in trouble, but you are still concerned for her. Lakshmi says we don't have time. Ayush says okay, our mission is on, and they all put their hands together to look for Malishka. Kiran tells Malishka that Rishi would hate her for this. Malishka slaps herself and hits her head. She asks Kiran to slap her and she beat herself with stick. Kiran says enough. Stop it, Malishka. Have you gone mad? Virendra opens the door to the hideout and he goes in. Malishka tells Kiran that Rishi will not hate her because he would hate Lakshmi. Malishka says that Rishi would think that Lakshmi has kidnapped me and she has beaten me up. She says I should have done this long back and she asks Bhavinda to record everything with the camera. She asks Kiran to tie her hands and Bhavinda thinks that Malishka is Guruma. Malishka asks Bhavinda if her face is looking as if she is beaten up. Virendra gets a call and he goes back before seeing what is going on inside. Malishka asks Kiran to slap her while Virendra is recording how she is being beaten up, and they will edit the video and put the blame on Lakshmi. Kiran angrily slaps Malishka and she asks her to end this stupid drama. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next update once it is available. And don't forget to give this video a like, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.